John Cena has accomplished many accolades in wrestling, things that many wrestlers could only dream of achieving. Being 16-time world champion is certainly one of them, but wrestling hasn't been his only passion, as much like The Rock, Cena decided to try his hand in acting, starring in films such as The Marine, but still wrestling regularly in WWE. 2018 was different, as Cena put his wrestling career on the back burner and took a number of months off to film various roles, including Agent Burns in the spin-off Transformers film Bumblebee and his role as Chris Van Horn in the upcoming movie Project Extraction, starring alongside Jackie Chan. Cena still made a couple of appearances at both the Greatest Royal Rumble and Super Showdown events, but he's recently made a proper return. Just after the Christmas holidays, Cena returned to wrestle at an MSG house show, defeating Baron Corbin. Cena then appeared on both Raw and SmackDown after the new year. In order to determine a new #1 contender to face Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble, a fatal four-way match was booked where Cena faced Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre and Finn Balor. During the match, the Scottish psychopath managed to get Cena into an ankle lock. Cena managed to reverse out of it, but afterwards, he started showing signs of strain, not being able to put his full weight on the ankle, and was seen hobbling after the match. It was then reported on WWE.com that Cena suffered an ankle injury last week and re-aggravated it in the gym before Raw. The injury was exacerbated earlier today as Cena was training his legs at the gym, which has cast doubt on whether he'll be able to compete in the 30-man Royal Rumble match this Sunday. Cena then took to Twitter and posted this message regarding his injury. Setbacks are a large part of life. People often say, "What a bad time to get hurt," or "I can't believe this has happened to me now." Ask yourself, is there a good time to get hurt or be set back? Setbacks are just another chance to find triumph. Never give up. His statement could have teased the idea that he could still enter the Rumble with his never give up motto. And whilst injuries can no doubt happen at any time in the ring, there are 3 reasons why we believe the injury has been fate and that the WWE has been working us to think he has suffered a legitimate injury. Number 1. He was supposed to feud with Lars Sullivan. For the past several weeks, WWE was hyping the main roster debut of Lars Sullivan, giving no indication on what brand he would eventually debut on. Plans surrounding his debut constantly changed backstage, as Vince initially wanted promos of his debut to air after TLC, but instead opted to air them much earlier at the Survivor Series and have Sullivan debut at the Rumble. According to Raja.com, a news source that has predicted correctly a number of plans in WWE, they mentioned that Sullivan was supposed to be in Memphis for the 14th January episode of Raw and tape a backstage segment that involved him attacking Cena, kayfabe injuring him. The promo was then supposed to air on this week's edition of Raw to indicate Cena was injured and not able to participate in the Rumble. However, Sullivan no-showed Raw, suffering what was believed to be an anxiety attack, thus they were unable to film the segment. Quickly thinking ahead, WWE concocted the story of Cena being injured last week and worked it into the reason why Cena is unable to wrestle at the Rumble. Plans of a Cena vs Sullivan match at Mania is still up in the air, as it's been reported that Vince is now over him, upset at the fact that he no-showed, which is one of the biggest no-nos in Vince McMahon's eyes. Number 2. He wasn't supposed to be in the Rumble at all. Whilst WWE has kept Cena on the confirmed list of entrants on their webpage, it's been reported that Cena was never even supposed to wrestle at the Rumble at all. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer mentioned, "The story going around is that Cena was never to be in the Rumble in the first place, but with a stadium to fill, they advertised Cena similar to advertising Brock Lesnar vs Braun Strowman, another match never actually planned to help sell tickets." And number 3, he didn't want to risk being legitimately injured. If those reasons aren't convincing enough, then you might want to know that Cena is reported to begin filming for a new movie called Playing with Fire straight after the Rumble. Filming will take place in Vancouver, Canada over the next few months. So it's clear that Cena wasn't ever going to work the Rumble in case he was legitimately injured during the match. A legitimate injury would have effectively delayed filming, something that film producers can't afford to do since Cena has one of the major roles. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.